Hello friends, this is Angela from Art of Creation Homestead. You're in the kitchen with me again. Today, I figured I would do something because our hens are still laying a lot of eggs. So I figured I would use some of those eggs to make some homemade ice cream. You guys have seen me do this before. You guys know how passionate I am about making up new flavors of homemade ice cream. And you guys know how much I love to do it. So today, what we are going to be making is cherry chocolate chip ice cream, which is absolutely amazing. What makes this ice cream unique is the fact that it is almost completely sugar-free. Other than natural sugar and the sugar that is in the chocolate, it is sugar-free. And I'll show you how we're going to do that. So in this heavy bottom stainless steel pot, if you do not have a heavy bottom pot, you will have to turn your heat lower. In this cup, we have 1 cup of whole milk. For this, I would not recommend 2% or 1%, definitely not skim, but I would recommend whole milk. You get a better ice cream. And then we also have 2.5 cups of heavy cream. Now we're going to pour this into our saucepan, and I'm going to use my silicone spatula to scrape out all that heavy cream because it coats your measuring cup completely. And to this, we are going to add 4 large egg yolks. And I wish you could see on camera. The camera does not do it justice just how orange these egg yolks are. Our girls are such good layers and they lay such amazing eggs. So now we're going to stir those in. We're going to pull out our whisk at this point, and we're going to give this a good whisk to break up those egg yolks into the mixture. This isn't going to take long at all to make this base. The hardest part is the chilling it. The longest part of this process is the chilling. Okay, how this is going to become ice cream without sugar is we are sweetening it with pure maple syrup. Please, listen to me here. No pancake syrup. Only pure maple syrup. That's all you want to use here is just pure maple syrup. This is 2/3 cup of pure maple syrup. We get our maple syrup from a specific place. We are so addicted to this maple syrup. It is a company called the Maple Dude. Yes, it's called the Maple Dude. It's a company in Wisconsin. It is the most amazing maple syrup you've ever tasted. And it's not bad priced either. We order it online and have it shipped to us. I will put a link in the description below. It's not an affiliate link. We are not an affiliate. Unfortunately, I don't have a coupon code for you because we are not an affiliate. But if you want some of the best maple syrup you've ever tasted in your life, order it from him. He knows what he's doing. So we added that maple syrup. Now if you do not have maple syrup or you would rather use sugar, I would say use about 3/4 of a cup because you need to use less maple syrup than you would sugar. So I would say about 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And now we are going to turn the heat on medium heat because we are in a heavy bottom stainless steel pot. If you have a not so heavy bottom pot, I would recommend medium low so that your milk does not scorch and your eggs do not curdle, because scrambled eggs in your ice cream is not my idea of good eats. Okay, now we will continue to whisk this just for a few minutes, just to make sure all those egg yolks and everything are mixed in. Now, so you want to keep it moving, because maple syrup does have more of a tendency to burn under higher heat. So do not turn your heat any higher. No matter how heavy bottom your pot is, do not turn your heat any higher, because it will burn your maple syrup. Now I'm switching, by the way, now I'm switching to my silicone spatula so that it can scrape down everything really well. And you want to stir this constantly the entire time that it's heating, and it's not going to take long for it to heat and thicken enough that it will coat a spoon. When I started using maple syrup in my homemade ice cream, I learned that I liked it much better. The end product, when you use maple syrup in your homemade ice cream base, the end product is just, it seems creamier. It's smoother. It has a natural sweet flavor that makes every ingredient around it shine. It's just an amazing thing. It works so much better than sugar in homemade ice cream. Now, there are times that you will see me use sugar, like in the salted caramel bacon ice cream, which I will link up here one place. I had no choice. I had to use sugar with that because I had to make a caramel. You have to use sugar to make a caramel. So I had no choice with that one. You will seldom see me use sugar in homemade ice cream. I usually use maple syrup. Now, I will tell you, if you do not want all the bells and whistles in this ice cream, if you don't want the cherries, you don't want the chocolate, then this base that I'm showing you how to make right here is an amazing, absolutely amazing, sugar-free vanilla ice cream base. I know you haven't seen any vanilla in it yet. That will come in later. Just like I told you with the banana pudding. When you're making anything like this, you want to wait until you pull it off the heat to add your vanilla. Because when you see all that steam go up while this is cooking and coming to heat and getting thick enough that it'll coat a spoon, that steam you're seeing come up is part of your vanilla flavor. So you're going to get a much better vanilla flavor if you add it at the end. You will still lose a little in steam, but not near as much. So now we're going to keep this moving until it's warm enough. I will be back and I will show you how it coats a spoon and what we do next. We are back, and this is thoroughly heated, and we're going to stick a spoon in and see it coats the back of your spoon. And then when you take your finger and draw a line on the back of your spoon, let me get in tighter so you can see. Now see, it's coating the back of the spoon, and when you take your finger and draw a line, see, it's not running back on itself, but see, it's coating the back of your spoon now. So now we are going to take it off the heat and meet me over at the island, and I will show you what's next. Now we are over at the island, and now we are going to add our vanilla, because this is going to be a great vanilla base with some dark sweet cherries and some semi-sweet chocolate, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So we are going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now you guys know I don't measure my vanilla. It's just me. If you are a measurer and you want to measure it, go right ahead. Now we are whisking that in really good. Now that is an absolutely wonderful vanilla ice cream base. Now at this point, you could sit the pot in the refrigerator just like it is, or I'm going to pour it back into my 4-cup glass measuring cup. Because you have this spout, it's going to make it much easier when it comes to pouring it in your ice cream maker. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour our ice cream base back into here. If you are worried about there being some egg clumps you can pour it through a fine mesh sieve if you are worried about that. I'm not worried about that today. I saw that it was completely smooth. But if you are worried about that, you can do that. And please do not spill it all over your counter like I did and make a mess. But I've heard that a messy kitchen is a happy kitchen. So I guess right now mine's a happy kitchen. We're going to chill this for about 2 to 3 hours in the refrigerator. If you're just in a hurry and you want to hurry this up, you can do this and you can pop this in the freezer and chill it for about an hour or so until it's nice and cold. You want it nice and cold, and then I'll show you what we do next. But first, I nearly forgot, you want to cover this with plastic wrap. Cover it tightly because you do not want any funky smells from your refrigerator or freezer getting into your base. Okay, our ice cream base is almost ready. So now we've got to fix the add-ins. What we have here on this mat is 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use a semi-sweet baking bar. You can use whatever you want. I know you see that these are flat. These are flat little discs. I will show you what I'm using. I am using Guittard. Hopefully you can see this. I'm using Guittard Super Cookie Chips. Guittard is my favorite, but it is a little on the pricey side. I bought these when they were on sale and I stocked up. When I find them on sale, I stock up. There's a little tip for you. But I like to use these because they are easier to chop up. Now, yes, you can use mini chocolate chips, but I have discovered that when you put mini chocolate chips, which now I'm just rocking the knife back and forth and chopping them up. Like I said, you can also do this with a semi-sweet baking bar. Or even if you want milk chocolate, you could even do a Hershey bar in this. You could even do a couple of Hershey bars. But what I was saying before I rudely interrupted myself, you can use mini chocolate chips in this. But I have discovered in making ice cream that when you add mini chocolate chips to your ice cream and it freezes, they get rock hard. To me, they are like little BBs. Hard little BBs in your ice cream. And you could break a tooth on those. I'm serious, people. You could break a tooth on them. This, we are just chopping it up so that you get some pieces that are a little bigger, some pieces that are a little smaller, some pieces that are just like slivers or just almost like dust. This is kind of what you want. That way it distributes better. You don't feel like you're gonna break a tooth on it. And it's just more pleasurable to eat this way. So you kind of want to chop it up into rough chocolate rubble, which I guess he's Barney's brother or cousin. Get it? Barney rubble, chocolate rubble. Sorry, Flintstones joke. I had to say it. Forgive me. I am a corny joke teller. In case you guys haven't noticed it yet, I tell some corny jokes. And it's okay though. So I'm gonna keep chopping up this chocolate. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, as you can see, it's all just nice fine chocolate rubble right now. So now I'm gonna transfer this over to some wax paper and set it aside until our ice cream is ready for the add-ins. Because we need our board for the next add-in. One of my favorite parts in the whole world. You guys know, if you've been watching other videos, I love anything with cherries in it. Me and Jason both are the same way. We love anything with cherries. So this ice cream is for me because you guys know I love chocolate and I love cherries. So we're gonna wrap this up and set it aside for now. May have to put it in the refrigerator because I tell you people, it's hotter than the devil's toenails out there. So what we have here is about 1.5 cups of frozen, dark, sweet, pitted cherries. See, I'll show you what it says. See, dark, sweet cherries. So now, you're gonna take your knife on the same board and you're just gonna chop these up. No rhyme or reason, just a rough chop. If some of them stay halved, then somebody's a lucky person who gets a half a cherry in their ice cream. But you just want, they're not hard to chop even though they're still frozen. They're not hard to chop at all. Someday, hopefully in the near future, we will be using our own dark sweet cherries, because if you have watched the Muck Bucket Orchard video or anything about our Muck Bucket Orchard, you will know that we planted a dark sweet cherry tree in our Muck Bucket Orchard. So I am looking forward to that. So as these sit here waiting for the ice cream to get done, I would recommend putting them in a storage container or a plastic bag and putting them in the refrigerator. As they sit, they're going to start to thaw a little. And they're going to start to leach some cherry juice, which is just fine, because it's just going to make your ice cream that much better. So, now, those beautiful cherries are all chopped up and ready to go into your ice cream. Okay, now we're ready to start our ice cream. And if you've seen my ice cream videos before, then you know that I use this ice cream maker. It's the type with the frozen core. You can make ice cream in a matter of minutes, about 20 minutes or so. And you can have it anytime you want. I will definitely leave a link in the description below to this ice cream maker. If you love to make homemade ice cream like I do, then you will want this ice cream maker. So with this model, you turn it on. First off, we have our beautiful creamy ice cream base, and you give it a good stir. And then with this particular model, you go ahead and flip it on and you pour in your base. Now, you make yours according to package direction, according to your ice cream maker's factory recommendations. But this particular one will take about 15 to 20 minutes or so to get this ice cream to a perfect soft serve consistency where I can add in my add-ins. Now, if you have the old-fashioned type, you will want to wait till it's done and then stir in your cherries and your chocolate, and then put it in the freezer and let it cure. With this one, you can add it right in through the top when it's at the perfect soft serve consistency, and we'll be back when that time has come, and I'll show you what we do next. It's been about 12 to 15 minutes, and as you can see, it's that beautiful soft serve consistency, and it's ready for our add-ins. So now, through the top of the feeder, we are going to add in our cherries, and it will mix them right in for you. It will mix those cherries, and we are going to add our beautiful chocolate rubble, and it will add in all those mix-ins for you. You won't have to mix them in with this machine. So now we're going to let this mix in, let it churn for about 5 more minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I am so excited about this. Okay, look at this beautifulness right here. This is absolutely glorious. Look at this. All those cherries and chocolate. If you like cherry Garcia ice cream from Ben & Jerry's, trust me, this is so much better. This is so much better. And because there's no added sugar there except for in the chocolate, you don't have to feel as guilty about eating it either. So now we're loading it into an airtight container. Oh, look at that. It's perfect on a day as hot as today is. It's perfect. And as you can see, it's already nice and firm. You could eat it just like this. But as you guys know, I like to put mine in the freezer and let it completely firm up to the perfect scoopable consistency. What I'm gonna do, you want to put a piece of wax paper or plastic wrap right down on the surface of your ice cream. That way it doesn't get any of those big funky ice crystals on top of it. And also that way it helps block out any funky taste or smells that may be in your freezer so that they don't get in your beautiful ice cream. So now we will be back when it's time to eat, and you will get to see Jason be very surprised and really enjoy this ice cream.
Alright, so Angela surprised me with this. I came home from work and this is in the freezer. I had no idea what was going on. So I'm going to taste it because it's killing me. That sounds delicious. Give me a good bite. Man, I got to get a good bite of this. Let's take my spoon. Alright. Outstanding. Beautiful flavor combination. Chocolate and cherry, you can't go wrong. Ice cream is spot on. Beautiful. Everything's great. It was an amazing creation. Angela's, she got some big brain up there. She's very smart. Outstanding. You should try those. By the way, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up this thing. Click that bell for notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. God bless you and goodbye.